So, I'm going to do this live. I am going to save this video to the live stream here on IG. As you can see by the topic, story like mine. And what I mean by that. So, before I really begin, as you see, it is a nice day. I thought it was supposed to rain today, and that's why I didn't go out anywhere. I was waiting for the mail because I got some packages I ordered, and some, came in yesterday, and one today. I still got a few more coming in. So I know tomorrow is supposed to be nice out. I am planning on going for my walks. I don't know if this is a story I really want to say for tomorrow, though. But this is a story I'm going to do now. I haven't really got much going on today. Really just doing some sketch work, but, that's about it. But other than that, what I want to share with you guys, today in this story for this topic is a video I tended to stumbled upon to. And this story, is, again, it's something that I can relate to. And it's nice to know, again, that there's, I'm not the only one who goes through this with the story I'm about to tell. It's nice to know that there's other people out there, but at the same time, it's really sad as well. And there was a story about this kid. He was born autistic. Now, I'm not autistic, but he was also born with learning disabilities like I was. And going into this, he chose in his life to be homeless. Like, he just didn't become homeless. He chose to live out on the streets. And the only people he has taken care of him that wanted to look out for him was his mother, and his aunt. His father, not so much. His father was ashamed of him because his son had learning disabilities, and he just didn't understand the work. He couldn't keep up with the other kids, and his son being unique and special in a way with amazing talents. It's like all, people with some kind of special needs have amazing talents, like myself. And, not every case is going to be the same. Not everyone's going to be all stereo. I know a lot of people want to be stereotypic about it. Well, that's just not the case. They do keep his phone on. He does have a phone. They pay his phone because they want to keep in touch, with him. And one of the things that a lot of us can relate to, we like being outdoors a lot, especially when we get older. We choose to be outside a lot, outdoors a lot, because it comforts us. It makes us feel free, and that we can go anywhere we want to. And this land where we're at is our playground to us to explore. And he found himself, he had a rough time in school. He had a very rough time in school. Like I had a rough time in school. And he graduated. Well, he didn't graduate. He dropped out maybe 2 weeks or a week before graduation. Again, not being able to keep up. But with him, he wasn't a bad kid. He didn't get in trouble in school. He was making good grades. And he took the same he's going to get ready to take the same deal that I was going to take. Actually, I take that back. He was going to take the same deal that I took, and he found out. Now, yeah, granted, I'm a bit years ahead of this kid as an age. And I think, if I remember correctly last night, I think it was in 2014 when this kid was supposed to graduate, so it wasn't that long ago for him. But he didn't want to graduate with the special ed diploma. They offered him this deal that I have took, and he didn't take it, which he did play the smart role. And he found out that, hey man, just do well in one of these regular classes, whether it's English or math class. Now, with my situation, it was math class when I got offered this deal, right? But it was a year, I want to say a year prior for me, as for a year prior before I would have got skipped on to the grade, and again, the deal was done twice. Not to get so much into it, but it was a deal to where, again, they offered this kid a deal that I took. Which, if you do one of these regular classes, if you make an A on it, yeah, we'll make sure you graduate with a regular diploma. You gotta remember, this offer was offered to this kid in 2014. Mine was back in 2009. He didn't took it because he found out if he would have took it, they would have gave him a fake diploma. The same thing with my situation happened to me because I took that deal. I ended up getting a fake diploma. Again, if you guys want to know more about that in detail and how it affected me, just check out the video on my YouTube channel, which is Cheddar931, and look for the video called Fake Diploma. It has like 14 views. I'm glad it has 14 views because at least we know it's getting attention and the message is getting out there. Which, you do have to be careful, as a school student, what you're going to take with the offers that come to you. Especially when you find, people like myself, people with just, society labels us as, retarded. They label us as we can't do anything. But we have a lot of gifts that we can do. Throughout this, he was never able to find work because of who he was, because of his, again, his disability, him having autistic, him being, with autism, him with learning disabilities, him, not completing school. And that's one of the things, today's work ethics, I guess if you want to call it that, today's, the requirements that one has to meet in order now to get a job. You have to have full 4 years of schooling. You have to have a year of college. You have to have 6 months of work experience. You have to have good credit. You have to have your own vehicle transportation. You can't have any type of disabilities, none whatsoever. You can't even have a fucking petty criminal background that's on record. Oh, let me get the little guy. Come here. Daniel, come on. No. Oh, okay. Ain't that Mr. Man? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So, now with those requirements, which ones now have to meet in order now just to get a job. And that hurts when people like me in my situation, because we want to take our talents that we can do, something that we like to enjoy, to try to make money from it. And most of the percent of the time, we may not make nothing from it, or we may make nickels and pennies and a couple of dollars. Now me, I learned a lot of business. I take what it is that I learned, that I taught myself and from others, in order for me to get by, to make a living for myself. And my skills along with management. And that's one of the things, I'm making a decent amount of money. I'm not going to get all into what it is, that I do with that, because it's too much really to go through and some to break down. But I make a decent amount. I ship money and move it here as well. You have nosy people that see me doing that, and somebody who's not supposed to have everything, somebody who's not supposed to even be alive, somebody who didn't have proper schooling, somebody who had a shitty background saying, hey, what the hell are you doing? I think what you're doing is illegal, but let me snoop around because I want to give you a reason to go off on me so I can get some money from you. You know, I deal with that on a basis, but I keep it professional. Just know I'm out here doing what it is that I'm set myself out to do, to make a living, because I have no other choice but to push myself with things that I wanted to do and things that just came to me that I didn't ask for either. Because I can't go out and get a regular 9 to 5 and work underneath somebody. I can't do that. Being one's on its own is hard enough. Especially with this kid. You know, again, when I heard this story. And I'm not trying to make it seem everyone. I'm trying to give my experience with what I went through with this along, telling his story as well. I just want to point that out. But what pisses me the fuck off, you've been dealing, this kid's been dealing with backlash, with criticism, because he's different because of what happened to him at a Dunkin' Donuts. This Dunkin' Donuts place, you know, they liked him. Now, I don't know if all the employees know who he is. Not all the customers are going to know who he is, but the regulars don't seem to mind. He's not harming. You know, the regular employees that know him, talk to him, they don't mind. The manager doesn't mind. You know, the regular customers, you know, don't mind, but I don't think there really is such thing as a regular customers when it comes to Dunkin' Donuts shops. Yes, you're going to have new employees, you know, for certainly come in and out of workplaces like that. This kid got backlash because he was homeless. He stayed at this Dunkin' Donuts. They let him rest for a while to charge up his phone. But the fucking employees are going to brag about it, want to get the cops on him because he's homeless and he's resting over at this Dunkin' Donuts charging up his phone. One of the employees had the audacity to fucking pour water on him to be an asshole. Now, yes, the employees that was involved with this and several others did lose their job, but that's about it. They just got a slap on the wrist. During this, there was protest going on just for this Dunkin' Donuts to get shut down, for these individuals to get sued to try to bring justice to them. But they completely shut down the fucking case and threw it out because he has learning issues. He's autistic. He chose to be homeless. He was going to end up with a fucking fake diploma with the same shit that I got. He's talented. But they're shutting him down and saying, well, you can't make nothing off these talents. You have to get a job. How do you expect somebody to get a fucking job if you're giving them these fucked up deals, man? When they go into school and when they get out, when they find out the harsh reality, oh shit, they just fucked me over. What am I going to do about my future? Can they sue? Again, there's not much updates about this case. You know, the mother hasn't really updated anything on this situation for a while because there has been no follow-ups. But just seeing this, and me that can relate to this kid a bit, you know, with the same shit that I have went through, it pisses me off, man. Because when you take people like that, like him, like me, others that go through that, who get judged on a day-to-day basis because of that and saying, well, You're taking regular people, man, that drive, that have regular jobs. Judge people again like me, like this kid I'm talking about, and others. Shooting them down pretty much. Not giving them a chance. At all. We're stuck in positions where we have no other choice but to push ourselves to something or nothing at all. A good majority of people locked up in jail and prison are like that. Who don't have an education. Who didn't have opportunities presented to them. Lord knows the hell I didn't. That's why I push myself as much as I can. Why people see me promote and advertise so fucking much, because these are the things that I do, the things that I'm involved with, the things that I'm making and trying to make money on. I have no other option in this world to say, oh, well, let me go ahead and stop this. Let me go ahead and just throw this out, the window per se. Hey, let me go follow the next group of people. Let me go work at this job. Now, let me tell you something. People like me, and again, like this child, we'd be more than happy to get a job if the next person don't want it. Because people complain about their fucking jobs all the time. People keep fucking switching jobs, keep switching jobs, keep sitting there because you ain't satisfied. Because you should be glad that you're able to get to work compared to other people that can't. At all. Now, I switched my account off a business account here on IG because a good majority of the things that I have, reach a good percentage, and I'm owed money by Instagram, who ain't want to pay, but yet they want to give me credit instead. But with that credit, charging me to use a fucking credit. That is my pay. Seriously? So I switched it off the fucking business account then, because I'm not going to keep switching onto the business, running the things that I do, and not getting paid for it. But yet, decide, well, we'll give you credit instead. What the fuck am I going to do with credit? Oh, so you mean to tell me I can get a limit of $6 spending from this credit for something that I'm doing as an ad, but I'm paying you guys instead? So that's why I switched my shit off from the business account. Instagram ain't gonna get money from me. They owe me money. Let's keep it real. So, again, me sharing the story about this kid, I call him a kid, but even though he's like a young adult, I still call him a kid. That hit home to me because I can relate to it. How it intrigues me, how it pisses me off. I know how that feels. And sometimes thinking about that, does get to us, it does piss off, but imagine you being in our shoes. You would feel the same way. I remember a video I did a while back, jobs should give people a chance, man. And I break down that video, again, from my experiences of me being gifted. A lot of good, some of the easiest way out is being homeless, going on drugs. But imagine doing that and not waking up the next day on the street because you killed yourself. The easy way out that people don't seem to understand: go join the National Guard. The Army don't take or the military service in general don't take people with special gifts, special needs. Those that labeled as retarded, those are labeled as learning disabilities, if you will. They don't take them. They don't want that. They want smart people on the field, working on vehicles, cleaning up after the big mess, and not getting paid shit, only $120. You know. But, again, they expect, people like, still take the way out as well. Fill out a job application. You didn't think the fuck we tried that? We ain't got shit to put down on the application. We ain't got them experiences because of this in particular wall, this hand that we were, this hand that we were dealt. So we try to make it on other things. It's one stuff that we like to do and be able to push ourselves to actually make something from that. This kid likes to do artwork and sketch. Problem is, I know how he feels. I sketch and draw still, but I don't do it for others no more. I do it for myself. Because the appreciation of something done by hand no longer exists no more, because a lot of it's done off tablets or off machines that print out pictures, and they call it art, and it's fake fucking art. And they tend to sell this shit. It's fake fucking art. It ain't real. It ain't legit. You think the art they sell in Hobby Lobby is real? No, that shit's fake. It's done off computers by a printer. It ain't real. It's done by a printer. There's no more places that hire for sketch artists, man. No more people that hire for painters. Those trades, those classes are now gone here in the U.S. And over across seas, they still appreciate stuff like that. But here in the U.S., it's no longer wanted, it's no longer appreciated. But when you show something that you did, something that's done by hand, like sketching, craftsman work, right? A painting. Something that you put time into, and you have these things stocked up over time, and now you're like, you know what, I want to try to make some money off these, and you can't, because people no longer appreciate it, but people are fucking stupid about it. Now when I mean stupid, I'm going to break this down. They admire it. Oh, well, this is nice. It's a decent price, man. $15, $20, $25 at the most. They look at that, oh, well, that's expensive. But they want it for nothing. You see what I'm saying, too? See what I'm saying so far? And then they act like they don't know what the fuck it is. Well, this young man can't even go fulfill his dreams as a sketch artist because that shit's now taken away. I got some paintings I did that I can't even get money for. Real talk. They're collecting dust in another room. I got tablets of sketches packed away. Grade 8 art. Yeah, people admire it. People like it. All right, if you want some artwork done, if you want a picture, hell, I sell it to you. Give me $1. Give me $1, right? That's fucking cheap. But no. Again, I relate to this kid, man. I do. And seeing this kid go through what he's going through, what he goes through, touches home. It hurts, and that's just how it goes, man. But I relate to this story. Again, it's sad, and it's not to piss anybody off. But outsiders who judge, they can't relate because they didn't go through what we go through and dealing with this shit. Like I said before, man, I wish I never would have took that fucked up deal in school because I do personally believe I would have ended up with a regular, real diploma. I believe it would have had the regular seal and the silver seal approval. Who knows how my life would have been if I would have received that? But it didn't happen. So, I mean, I don't really know what more I can say, but I'm out.